Tomb Raider is back and in a big way. Crystal Dynamics realized that the series was getting stagnant, and what better way for a reboot than origin story? But have they pulled it off and made us believers in Lara Croft again? I can say with conviction, yes. Yes, they have. The game begins with a naval expedition to the Devil's Triangle near Japan, but unexpected bad weather causes the vessel to shipwreck and Lara is kidnapped. After a harrowing escape, she must reunite with her crewmates and find a way off the island, all the while avoiding maniacal locals and bloodthirsty wolves. The only problem is the island is cursed and won't let anyone leave. Lara is completely different from the dual-wielding, big-breasted adventurer we've all come to know. She's been remodeled not just physically, but also mentally into a more realistic representation. She'll scream and cry out of fear, nearly vomit from the shock of near-death experiences, and her limbs will quiver when attempting to move heavy objects. We are constantly reminded that she's just an inexperienced young woman thrown into frightening and demanding situations and must deal with them mostly on her own. Over time, though, she'll become desensitized and even gain confidence in herself.
Alright, you bastards, let's see what you got!
She grows with the story as a person into a true heroine. Obviously, Lara is the protagonist, and a lot of character development has gone into her. But that's not to say the other characters in the game aren't good either.
Finally, a little positivity.
They serve their purpose to further the story as much as they can with their limited screen time. I just wish there was more emotional connection to some of them so we can feel what Lara feels. Graphically, the game is beautiful. Everything is exquisitely detailed and has great atmosphere. The outside environments are large and have long render distances, while inside environments are expertly textured and at times claustrophobic. Some games can do one good but fail miserably at the other. Not here. Tomb Raider's graphics engine balances the two superbly, and the transition between environments is seamless. The camera follows your actions without weird angles, and rarely is the view blocked by objects. Audio design is great too. You'll hear the minutiae of detail from start to finish. From the climbing axe slicing into the rock, to the leaves crunching under your feet, to the slipping of a zip line going down a mountain. The music is original, but can feel a bit like Uncharted at times, which isn't a bad thing. It fits and the pacing matches the action. The voice acting by Lara is fantastic. You'll hear every heavy breath when she's up to her cheeks in water. Each grunt makes difficult objects seem heavy. And you'll feel the pain in her voice when she's wounded. Her accent is much more subtle and easier to listen to than in previous games. The gameplay opener serves as a great metaphor for the series, with Lara's world being upside down and feeling completely vulnerable. She starts with only basic weapons and skills, but can level them up either through salvaging parts in crates, or earning XP by killing wildlife and people, or scavenging for items via side quests. This wouldn't be a Tomb Raider without puzzles, and there are plenty of them. Most require practical solutions, and the difficulty feels just right. They aren't too hard or too easy, and give a sense of accomplishment when you figure it out. Hand-to-hand combat allows you to make stealth kills or finish enemies when they're too close. As you level up, you can perform some sweet execution moves. To add a little variety, you can look for discoverable items and treasures. They'll give extra XP and provide a little backstory to some of the ancillary characters. The few gripes that I have are the number of QuickTime events and the lack of any vehicular combat. I also would have liked to have seen more variation in boss characters other than simply being big dudes. I finished the single player campaign fully in about 38 hours. There is a multiplayer section, but it was empty, and I couldn't get enough players to start up a game. But the single player is what Tomb Raider has always been known for. The story is a decent one, but the experience is awesomely realized. If you've grown tired of the series or are completely new, I'd recommend giving this title a shot. You won't be disappointed.